I watched the draw. As the #1 Giorgio Marchetti fan channel on the internet, of course I watched the draw. And now we know who each and every team will be playing against, as well as who they will be playing both home and away in the league phase of the revamped Champions League format. The first change to the format since 2003. Some trivia: the first team that was ever drawn in the new Champions League format was Manchester City. You'll absolutely impress somebody with that, I know it. Alright guys, I'm Adrian, and I have to admit something to you. I'm kind of excited for this change, man. I know people are averse to change, but if we take the amount of extra matches out of the picture and strictly look at this from the format point of view, playing 8 opponents instead of just 3 opponents twice is kinda sick, in my opinion. Anyway, speaking of amount of opponents, etc., let's go through the new format, including the league and knockout phase, as well as who will be playing who. This isn't my preview video, not yet. But damn man, predictions will be tough. I'm gonna have to make a table of like 36 teams. Anyway, let's talk draw. So as per usual, the clubs were divided into pots, with 1 additional team per pot this go around, given there are more teams in the competition this year, 36 instead of 32. Pots of 9, and they were divided based on their club coefficient. Yes, if you weren't aware already, UEFA does have a club ranking system, their club coefficient. Some basic rules of the draw. Teams from the same association couldn't be drawn against each other unless it made the rest of the draw impossible to complete. And each team can only be drawn against a maximum of 2 clubs from 1 association. Sounds like an absolute headache, right? And that's why a computer was used for part of this draw, for a big part of it. Yes, a computer takes care of it, as if football didn't need even more room for conspiracy theories and tinfoil hats. So Buffon would draw the team in question from your regular old balls, and then Cristiano Ronaldo would smash that subscribe button, the UCL button, to get the computer to do its thing and automatically select the 8 eligible teams for their fixtures. So a lot of this was taken care of by the computer, so it made for an underwhelming watch in some ways. I'm a big draw watcher. This one wasn't great. It was like watching somebody open Ultimate Team packs back in the day, or like waiting for lottery numbers to appear on the screen. But hey, Cristiano and Buffon were a breath of fresh air, at least. They provided some funnies now and then. One of the more lighthearted draws in some time, thanks to Cristiano and Buffon. And of course, Giorgio Marchetti. You used to have the group stage, right? With 8 groups of 4 teams. Now, however, you have the league phase, in which you are drawn against 8 opponents, of which you play against each team once, and you get 4 matches at home and 4 matches away. So yes, there will be 4 opponents that you only play away, and 4 opponents that you only play at home. It's just the luck of the draw. Pun intended, I guess. Reluctantly. So how are teams ranked? They aren't competing against only those teams in the standings. No, all 36 teams are ranked against each other as if we have a 36 club league. Despite not playing against every team, your points record will still be compared to the rest of the field, not just the 8 other clubs that you played against. I know there was some confusion with that in the past. So within the competition, instead of playing against 3 opponents twice, you get to play against more of the field, 8 opponents in total, of which UEFA thinks this gives a better representation of who has played best, and think that the league will add much more excitement. Why? I'll tell you. Because the league standings will be divided into 3 different tiers. The top 8 teams, 1 through 8, in the table will automatically qualify for the round of 16. However, teams placed from 9th to 24th will enter a new round, the knockout playoff round, in which they will play a 2-legged tie against a drawn opponent. There's a new twist for the teams that finish from 25th to 36th. You're out. No dropping into the Europa League. You're out of here, man. No consolation for being bad. Sorry, I say that knowing full well that my club Benfica, this is Benfica, but Benfica will be one of the teams in the bottom part, so I'm allowed to say it. As well as the other team that I'm supporting, Stade Brestois. Stade Brestois, Coupe d'Europe. Stade Brestois, Coupe d'Europe. You're probably thinking, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, how the hell did these guys get into the Champions League? Well, it's an incredible underdog story, an insane achievement like nothing you've seen for a long time given their budget, which is one of the lowest in Ligue 1. I actually went to Brest in France and filmed a mini doc there on the team, speaking to the club, players, sporting director, coach, everyone. All right, it's linked below. You should check it out. Anyway, speaking of teams, let's look at some of the matchups here, folks. Now, having me sit here and read out every single team's 8 fixtures, that would be insane. You all would be asleep by the end of it. So, one thing to keep in mind, my friend, the schedule is not yet completed. The order in which you will see these matchups is not the order of how the matches themselves will be played. What you will see will be scrambled up. However, they will release the schedule this Saturday, they said, so be on the lookout for that on August 31st. Now, these pots don't mean anything anymore. It was just for drawing purposes, but there are some great matchups. Look at Real Madrid, who have to go away to the mighty Brest, Stade Brestois, as well as taking on Dortmund, Liverpool, AC Milan, some tasty ones there. Bayern Munich has a collection of fixtures of some of the teams they have shared groups with in the Champions League or knockout stage recently. PSG, Barca, Benfica. PSG themselves have a tough run of matches, don't they? City, Bayern, Atleti, Arsenal. I think overall Dortmund would be pretty happy with their draw of Barca, Real, and then it kind of chills out from there, as you can see. Pot 2 teams, Benfica. Why is it always Bayern, man? Why? We also have Barcelona, Atleti, Juve. Anyway, I'll let you guys have a look at all of the matchups here. Feel free to pause as I am going through the different matchups from each of the pots' draws. Pause, pause, pause. Okay, so when does all of this start? September 17th. And in that first week, matches will be played on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But going forward, they will go back to just playing Champions League matches on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The league format will reach all the way to January 29th, 2025, meaning there won't be a weird nearly 2-month break from the Champions League from December to February. Rip to nations that have 2 domestic cups. You'll need a big squad. A lot of injuries will be coming, I'm sure, unfortunately. And then there's the Club World Cup in the summer. My God. But yes, the final match day of the league portion will be on the 29th of January, 2025, and the knockout phase playoffs will follow tout de suite on the 11th and 12th of February. Like I said, when I look at this strictly from a competition format point of view, I'm really excited. But then you throw in player welfare and how they are already overloaded, and this is terrible. It's going to be bad. But what do you guys think about it? Are you excited for this Champions League, or are you digging your heels in and want the old UCL back? Let me know. Beyond that, I have another video cooking up for you guys. It's coming out tomorrow in like 16 hours or so. All right, sound good? Hope to see you there. Love ya.